Good morning, Rachel.
Good morning,
How
baby.
you doing?
I'm doing well.
All
How are you
right, all right,
doing?
all right. I'm okay. I went to the gym this morning. Started early.
Wow.
Get a little chest in. Yes, but I have a couple questions.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about inspiration.
Okay.
What inspires you to get up in the morning to do the things you do?
Mm. I think there's a lot. I think some days are harder than others for sure to find that inspiration. But I think what inspires me is um, seeing folks affected by me doing anything, like having some type of role in making a better opportunity for them or making their day a little better. Um, so small moments, I think, is what energizes my
Okay,
inspiration.
so get people one or two things which you do
Mm,
to get other people going, to bring a smile to other people's faces and to
mm.
change lives.
Well, I was raised with a mother who's a chef, and so
Okay.
food has always been a love language, a way of caring. So if I can bring food for folks, or if I can cook for them, um, I think that always helps someone's day. Um, but when it comes to the work I do, obviously this is a big part of my life. Is the small things of things I've done for folks of like writing up a speech
Yes.
or being able to help them set up a new email. I think those little things are often forgotten as being a really big impact for folks day to day.
Because
So
often,
finding those things.
right? Because oftentimes we take the small things for granted, but
Yeah.
it means a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And so you being a part of Rising Sun,
Yes.
how long have you? I started in 2018
Mm-hmm.
when I met you with Jody the
Yes.
first time you taught to the
Yep.
cohort.
Mm-hmm.
So how long have you been part of Rising Sun?
Well, in my official role, I've been with Rising Sun for about 5.5 years. I started in the summer of 2017, but before that, I was in our youth program
Okay.
for 2 summers in 2011 and 2012. So I was first introduced when I was in high school, and then came back years later to actually work full time.
Okay. So what increased your motivation is to stay a part of Rising Sun and do the things that you do? Because obviously you moved up.
Yeah, I think that I saw the effect it had on people, and it was something I could be really proud of being like a small puzzle piece of. I started for full time. I started as our executive director's assistant, and
Yes.
that really just provided me this insight into the bigger picture of what an org like Rising Sun can do. And um, yeah, I get to say I work at Rising Sun, and that fills me with pride. And even though I'm not direct services in the programs, like I still get to support our staff now that I'm in an HR role.
So for this last 5 years, you part of changing many lives. How does that make you feel?
Um, it sounds surprising to hear that because it feels like, a lot of what I do is in the background. Being on an admin and operations team, it's really supporting the folks that go and do the work. They are the faces of Rising Sun. Um, but if I can support those employees with what they need to do their jobs, like that feels something to have a lot of pride for and keeps me coming back for sure.
We talk about things what we do in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes those background voices are never heard.
Mm.
The things what we do is never seen. But also, you're the glue.
Mm.
You never looked at that.
No.
So if you in H&R and the things what you do, you are part of the glue to make the vessel go.
Yeah.
You might have everything else, but being the glue. And I can attest to that because I was lost trying to navigate and you helped me with some things.
Yeah.
Right? So those are the things, I believe that people should hear, that people should be inspired by your story, especially women.
Right.
And so what could you say about that? What could you tell a young woman who's coming up? Say, hey, I hear Rachel's story. I want to do some of those things.
Yeah, I think about this a lot because I'm the oldest of 4, and I have 2 younger sisters and a younger brother. And something I've always tried to do is just be that role model, even if it's not the perfect one. And I think that's the point, is that they see when I struggle, they see when I'm my weird self, and they see those successes that I've been challenged by. And So I think for me, my advice, recommendation is really for young women to take that time to figure out what they like, what they're good at, what they care about, and that will help them narrow their path to where they're supposed to go.
Great. How do you overcome obstacles and challenges?
Sometimes not very well, but I have a lot of people that I can lean on, a lot of people that care about my journey, and so going to them and letting them see that I'm struggling, and then asking for their advice, for their tools, and then reminding myself that I can do it and I'll figure it out, even if it's messy.
Absolutely. It doesn't help having a background as baseball, softball also.
That's right.
You got to have a strong arm, right?
Yep.
So you have to get out, dig.
Yeah.
So oftentimes, we have women, even young men, they are afraid to get down and dig to get what they need, right? So how are you able to just dig and say, I'm going through these things, but I'm not going to stop. I'm relentless, because you got to have that drive.
Yeah, I think it comes a lot down to like humility and being humble to say like, I don't have the answers. I'm still figuring it out, and being okay with that allows you then to ask the dumb questions. It allows you to be curious, and that will actually excel you, and that will get you to a point where you aren't stopping your growth. You aren't inhibiting yourself before you've gotten started.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you hear that, women and men? Do not slow yourself down to get in your own way. So, any last things you want to add or you want to give to women who are going to see your story in your interview?
Yeah, I think that it's just comes back to knowing yourself, and that is a lifelong process. And so you're going to find those pieces of yourself and then change and become a whole new person at some point. And finding those folks around you that want to see that growth and be your advocates and cheerleaders is going to help you dig in your dark days. So.
Absolutely. So we might have some young women who might want to reach out to you. Where can they find you? You at LinkedIn or anywhere?
Yeah, so definitely find me on LinkedIn, Rachel Burns. You'll see me with Rising Sun, of course. But you can always reach out to my work email, which is Burns, BURNS, @risingsunopp.org.
And there you have it. You have Rachel Burns of Rising Sun. She's been here 5.5 years. A great and inspirational story. And thank you very much, Rachel. I appreciate you.